Hey guys, welcome to Gabbing with Jessa. I'm Jessa. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching my first video. I started this channel because I really like to talk about books, movies, TV shows, whether that be reviewing them, ranking them, thinking of theories for the next one to come. And so I thought, what better place to share my thoughts and feelings than with a community like this. I'm really looking forward to see where this channel may take me, and I hope that you guys are along for the journey. And I thought, what better way to start off my channel than with talking about the best TV show ever, The Bachelorette. I've been a fan of The Bachelorette since Emily Maynard's season. She was the very first one I watched. I watched it with my mom years ago, which then led to the first time me watching The Bachelor with Sean Lowe coming from her season, and he is still my favorite Bachelor to this day. I love him so much. I read his book, I follow him on Instagram, Twitter, all fun things like that. And so I've been a dedicated fan and part of Bachelor Nation since Emily Maynard's season. So of course, this year's Bachelorette, as we all know, is Hannah B. Alabama Hannah, as she likes to call herself. So I was kind of nervous about Hannah being the Bachelorette because while I enjoyed her on Colton's season, she is really young. Most of the time bachelorettes are in their mid to late 20s. Also, she came off a little not all there, maybe a little airhead-like, so I was kind of nervous to see, oh, what kind of guys would they pick for her season? Would they go with more younger guys? Would they still stick with the older crowd? And so I was just kind of nervous, but also really just interested to see how the season would go. And the first night did not disappoint. These group of 30 men are interesting, to say the least. There wasn't really a bunch of guys that stood out to me as being the absolute front runners. There weren't any guys that I saw could be automatic enemies. And so this is just going to be interesting to watch. Of course, there were 30 of them. I don't know why. It started last season with Colton when he was vlogging every morning. And then, of course, all the guys were vlogging, and I'm just like, why do we have so much vlogging? I don't understand. But I guess, you know, it's 2019, so I guess that's how we're gonna go with it, which is fine. And of course, you know, we roll up to the mansion. We have the 30 guys try to come out and impress Hannah. I mean, so I don't understand where they find some of these guys. It was really interesting. I mean, we had, you know, John Paul Jones coming out saying, my name is John Paul Jones, and my friends call me John Paul Jones, so you can call me John Paul Jones. And I'm like, this is going to get real annoying real fast. And then, of course, we had the unemployed guy. I don't even remember his name. He was strolling up, eating a hot dog with a bottle of mustard in hand, and I'm just like, oh, poor Hannah. Of course, we had the Box King making way too many package jokes, way too many box jokes, just bursting out of the scene. Oh, I did not like him. And then we had, of course, Matt Daniel riding in on the tractor, and I'm singing a song, and I'm just like, E-I-E-I, no, Matt Daniel, stop. Although I did start to like him after a little bit, just when they had the one-on-one conversations with him. So, rocky entrance, but I thought he was okay. And then, of course, we had the Battle of the Pilots. So we had Jason come out, give her a little paper airplane. It was super cute. And then we had Peter, Pilot Peter, come out, and he was in his full uniform. He gave her the little wings, and then he walks on in, and Jason's like, oh man, I should have worn my uniform. Yeah, you should have, especially since Hannah said, I love a man in uniform. And then, of course, we had the return of Cam. Now, if you don't remember, Cam was one of the 5 guys that first met Hannah in the After the Final Rose after Colton's season of The Bachelor. And he actually received a pre-first impression rose for his rap that he did with Hannah. I was iffy about him then. I'm still iffy about him now, especially for the way the previews at the end of the episode made him look. I'm really iffy about him. And he's just coming in all confident. He's like, I've got 2 lapels, I'll just have 2 roses. And I'm like, oh no, you need to go home. Then, of course, the night got started. There were one-on-one conversations going on. Luke P was the first one to steal her away. His video, I was still really, I don't know how I feel, because he came out in his video and he was like, yeah, girls really liked me in high school. I know how good looking I am. and in college that too. And he's like, and then, you know what, I found the Lord and I realized that wasn't for me and I'm here for Hannah now. And I'm just like, he seemed sweet and genuine, but I don't know, there's just something off about him to me. But obviously Hannah really seemed to like him. And then we have Katie and Demi rolling up in their little van. And they were trying to find the one guy that wasn't here for the right reasons, because you know there's always one. They found out it was Scott, who had a girlfriend back home. He tried to defend himself saying, oh, we just dated. It wasn't a serious thing. It ended on Monday. We're fine. And she's like, and Hannah was like, no, that is not okay. We're not doing this. And I actually kind of really like that about Hannah. She was taking more authority on this. She's really taking this seriously. Not that I didn't think she would, but it's a really good feeling knowing that someone who I didn't have too much confidence is already getting down to being like, if you're not here for the right reasons, if there's even one little thing, I'm going to send you home. Which is exactly what she did. They had their conversation and he was trying to defend himself saying, oh, it was just a girl I dated. We ended things on Monday. And Hannah's like, no, she's still thinking you're coming back home. Like, you don't just stop things like that. And then he brought up the Colton thing. He's like, well, you were just doing this with Colton. And I'm like, oh, honey, you can't dig yourself a bigger hole. And she just walked them all out. It kind of dampened her mood for the day. She just didn't feel like doing much afterwards. And of course, Luke P comes to her rescue. So I feel bad because a lot of the guys actually didn't get to talk to her. I mean, you'll get a few guys that don't talk to her on night one just because there are so many of them, but a lot of them didn't get to talk to her because of the situation, and that's just not fair. After Luke P saved her and she was having, you know, more conversations, she had a really good conversation that they focused on with Connor S, and she seemed to really like him. And after that scene is when she decided to give out her first impression rose. They made it so it looked like she was giving it to Connor. When they showed Connor, she kind of swerved him and of course gave it to Luke P, which I could see coming from a million miles away. They had a good time. She really seems to like him right away, and you can definitely tell that. Again, I'm still not really sure how I feel about Luke. He's probably going to be an acquired taste, but you never know. We had the previews for the season ahead of us, and it seemed like some wild stuff goes down. Of course, someone leaves in an ambulance after a sporting event because that seems to be a must in Bachelorette history. It seems like there's a really big fight that goes down in a hotel, so I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, then there's like Luke screaming at people, Cam being anything, always be Cam, or whatever his stupid catchphrase is. And so he looks like he may be an issue, Luke may be an issue too. But of course they always play us thinking one thing's gonna happen when really another thing's gonna happen. And so you never know what to trust. She also seems to get into a screaming match with someone, and you know what, honestly I'm looking forward to it. This is actually my reaction from when I finished the episode of The Bachelorette Monday night. So I just got done watching The Bachelorette. I've got my Bama sweatshirt on to support Hannah, and I had my suspicions about this season. Wasn't really sure how it was gonna go, but you know what, we look like we're gonna have a good one. A lot of drama. Should be interesting. I'm ready for it. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. So if anyone watches Jimmy Kimmel, you know that him and his wife, mostly his wife, really like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and they always want to pick the winners. So he always picks his final four and then his overall winner. So I thought I would do the same. So I think my final four picks for Hannah, I think she's going to pick Luke P, Connor S, Jed, the singer-songwriter from Nashville, and Pilot Peter. I think he's going to be like a little bit of an underdog, but I think he can make it far. Kind of like Jason from last season. I loved Jason from the minute he stepped out of the limo to meet Becca, but he always seemed to be kind of one of the quiet ones, reserved, held back, and he made it to the final three. So I think he'll be that one. And then I think Hannah's going to pick Luke overall. I think they started off real hot and they're just going to continue that way. After watching this episode, I was thinking about who I would have given my first impression rose to. None of the guys really stood out to me personally, because I'm still iffy about Luke and Cam. Connor J, I believe it was, he did the whole cute thing with like a bachelorette party. I really like that. But I think I would have given my first impression rose to Pilot Peter. I just thought he was really cute. I also enjoy a man in uniform, so that helped a lot. I'm familiar with aviation because my dad is also a pilot too, and I just thought he was, came off as a, generally a good guy. I'm really looking forward to the season of The Bachelorette. After this is all done, I'll give you a review on the finale and just the whole season in general after that episode airs. So what do you guys think this season's going to be like? Who do you think will win? Who would you have given your first impression rose to? Let me know all that and more down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.